of the day. RNG and Weibo taking each other on. And RNG as well, remember that they are very fresh in this split. This is only their second series. So yes, we've seen that first series against FPX. And yes, they showed strengths, they showed weaknesses. But whether or not it's consistent, we'll have to wait and see. Weibo, on the other hand, not really consistent so far, right? 2-1. We've seen that they can be proactive, but we haven't seen that consistently yet. So we'll have to wait and see. Surprising to see a Twisted Fate ban here from RNG.
Yeah, respecting Angel in the mid lane makes you curious to what RNG are going to try and set up for. We still have things like the Gwen open, Lucian and Kalista both on the board as well. Gala so far not playing either of those picks to be able to come on through. RNG, though, just going to instead prioritize top, thinking Gwen the highest priority pick on the patch, and maybe believing, hey, since both AD carries are open, at the very least we can handshake on the matchup and get something that we are fine playing.
Yeah, so the Gwen going to be comfortable. As you say, though, the Jace has been something, we were talking about this in the previous Champ Select, that has worked into the Gwen here in the LPL. The Shy, certainly known to be a keen Jace enthusiast. So with the Viego locked in for SUFM, could maybe go for a priority bot lane pick or something along those lines. And then third pick, you could maybe see that Jace come through.
I mean, if we don't get Kalista or Lucian locked in at all through like the first phase of picks, that will be absolutely crazy. I know something we've hit on a lot for RNG side specifically is the fact that it feels like Ming needs to be on something that is a primary engage role, and that the rest of the other members of RNG don't really play for that. Weibo gonna say, screw both those picks, go straight towards the Ezreal for Huanfeng, and now for RNG, matching jungle with the Lee Sin. Nautilus coming through, and it is what we said. Both Lucian and Kalista making it through the first phase of picks and bans. What is this?
Not interested in it. Jace, though, still going for the top lane counter pick, but it's had Jax locked in against this Gwen. He is actually Counter-Strike. When you press that, you'll enter an evasive stat. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But,
no, please.
The Jax locked in for the Shy. We know how powerful he could be on that kind of pick. I will say, just back on your AD carry point, I'm kind of surprised by the Ezreal, because I feel like Huanfeng is one of the players in this meta that, like, you want them to pick Kalista. You would love to be against the Kalista because he's a Draven player.
I'm even just them being the ones to pick something like the Kalista, right? Because so far, Weibo are 3-0 on the Kalista. Huanfeng has a 42 KDA. 42 KDA, 100% win rate on the Kalista. It's been his most played this split. But instead opting to not go for it and saying, hey, we don't really care about those picks coming through, maybe even just targeting Gala specifically, saying, hey, you're not as proficient on these picks as other things you like to lean on, because we're seeing now Weibo banning out Gala's signature Kai'Sa. It's been his best pick his whole career so far in the LPL, and the fact that they have the Nautilus right alongside it, I think would set up well for that pick. But now just going to ban out the LeBlanc, so still both of those AD carries will just go through.
Yep. Huanfeng playing to outrange them, it seems, as he gets rid of the Kai'Sa for the matchup, then leaves the Lucian and the Kalista. I feel like you're safe from the Lucian anyway, right? Because we've already got the Nautilus, not the Nami, so Lucian not really been a pick that's been picked alongside aggressive supports like this recently. The Kalista could still be an option, though, with the Braum being taken off of the board as well. So defensive support there removed from RNG. See where On's going to go on this one. Things like Rakan would be available, which we know On very proficient at.
Yeah, it seems like they're still waiting to see what the full bot lane matchup will be, because even things like Karma theoretically are still open, but obviously will be in danger of those all-ins coming through from the side of RNG. RNG going to end up with an incredibly strong 3v3, considering that they do have the Nautilus and the Lee Sin locked in so far. And now, I mean, it seems like even Gala a bit unsure what he wants to go for. If they do end up locking in the Jinx, it would be something that at least matches the range coming out from the opposite side, right? Gonna get something like a rapid fire cannon later on, but no, just gonna keep all-inning on the fact of being able to dive onto the enemy champions, right? Aphelios, we know once he gets the Gale Force able to come through, Gale Force into the Moonlight Vigil, hoping you could just burst out the enemy side. And now we're gonna have to pick into the Azir matchup. Things like Corki technically still open. Not too many all-in champions, I think, that fit well with what RNG want to go for, considering that the LeBlanc is taken off the board.
It looks like a bit of roaming and also a bit of scaling. You're up against the Azir. Why not go for the Corki? This is the ultimate standard, boring mid lane Azir versus Corki. Just infinite wave clear. The Rakan we talked about before being hovered here, but certainly you want some engage, and looks like it will be the Rakan in the end. So two birds locked in on the side of Weibo. But I just want to quickly mention, Angel, an absolute prolific Azir player here in the LPL. This guy is a playmaker on Azir as well. He does not just wait for the late game. This guy will make plays from 6, will go for the swoop and boops, will make things happen from that mid lane. So keep your eyes on Angel's Azir. It's not as boring as a lot.
Yeah, and for Weibo, right, I think having some potential for early action, especially in that bot side, considering they have the Rakan. Still, I think I expect a slower pace coming out from them as compared to RNG on the opposite side, considering that they have the Lee Sin. So I think a lot more potent opportunities in both top and bot to come from RNG. Mid lane should be a bit of a stalemate, right? Would be very hard to set up any plays. I think until you hit the level 6 mark on the Azir, where you can see things like the Shurima Shuffle coming in, trying to set up for the Viego to come through. But RNG, I think, definitely indexing a bit heavier into the 5v5, to where we know for the side of Weibo, a bit more of a 1-4 composition considering you have the Jax. Jax is someone who functions, I think, better in team fights than like a lot of other split pushers we have, like Fiora, right? Because you can just get into the thick of things, pop your ultimate, throw the counter strike, and just leap in, try and lock many members down. But yeah, both comps kind of, I think, similar areas in terms of when they will come online. Weibo opting a little bit more into side lanes. RNG, though, definitely about having that straight up front to back.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, we talked about the fact that we'd seen bottom lane dives. We talked about the aggression from Huanfeng and On, and with SOFM diving alongside them. Doesn't feel like that is what Weibo are looking for today. Feels like they're going back to a much more passive, slower play style with a lot of scaling on the board. But perhaps opportunities in that top side with the Jax Viego certainly make things happen.
Yeah, and it would be a little bit different considering we showed the Shy typically not getting all too much attention from SOFM in that lane. Also interesting that the Shy didn't opt into the Ignite. Obviously, back when we used to have Jax picked as the counter to Gwen a lot, you would usually run the Ignite as well and look for those heavy trades earlier on. It's on. It's the ward. Might have to blow a flash.
Off here, the root comes on out. And,
oh.
I got a bit of a jolt in my feet. I'm going to assume he used the grand entrance over the wall to get out.
He did. He W'd over the wall. But yeah, same thing happened to me. He just kind of, he got hooked and then he was magically over the wall. I was wondering if RNG would have enough burst to maybe like try and force him to have to not only use W but also a flash to get away. But luckily, grand entrance was enough.
Out of hand. Like, the fact that he can just teleport over walls now, it's not okay. Not okay. A bit of a trade at the top side as well. I don't actually know if the viewers feed jolted like ours did. So in case anyone, like, we missed a couple of seconds, that's why I'm making that joke. I don't actually think Rakan is big book. But yeah, Lyric, I hate to say it, I'm anticipating a bit of a slower early game here.
I definitely think in terms of team play that we should expect the slower early game, especially coming out from Weibo, like you said. We know the Shy, though, going to look for these heavy trades consistently, use that counter strike to get in range. And yeah, I feel like with the Shy, it's never really a slow early game coming in, at least in regards to trades like we see here.
Yeah, good little trade from him. And crucial that Jax is one of these champions that people don't think of him as a champion that has to push the lane, but quite often you'll find that Jax will automatically push the lane because you have to go for these heavy trades with the counter-strike. You want the minions to be hitting you while using the counter-strike so it maxes damage as well, and it means that you're probably going to hit the whole wave. You're probably going to be pushing in, so keep your eyes towards that top lane and towards Wei, although he is pathing down to start this one off, so perhaps an opportunity for SOFM up on that top side instead, but I'd anticipate it's just going to be a trade of scuttles for now.
Yeah, and we can see both teams already getting their vision down to what sides of the map they're going to be playing for, right? Shahu walking into River, getting that ward down in bot side River. Angel doing the same thing up towards top side where SOFM is now. Looks like Breeze should be able to get the wave into turret, but still might be a small window for SOFM to try to find the gank. On the receiving end, I feel like it should be a lot harder for a way to make anything happen in the bot side, considering both Huanfeng and On safely under turret right now.
Yeah, chance for a cheater recall here from Breathe as well. I would anticipate that he just walks back to lane rather than TPing, since he did manage to crash that counter wave. It'll buy so much time, and now that wave will bounce back towards him, so should miss minimal CS. And just look at the CS number for the Shy, right? He's going to have that advantage anyway, so really nicely done. Good control of the lane from Breathe so far. It's kind of the polar opposite of the way that you expect the Shy to play the lane, right? Where you don't really anticipate him going for just small CS advantages, you anticipate him going for the ult. So, speaking of which, bit of damage on the bottom side. Gala taking a bit of a chunk of shield from On means that it is a positive trade.
Yeah, just nice, you know, quick little in and out. W into the E to be able to back off. Also nice they were careful because Wei did stay on the map. Just went to guarantee having that bot side scuttle, checking to see if SOFM had already been in the bot side jungle. And pings are coming down onto bot lane right now. SOFM making his way down. On will have his combo up and available if they want to look for the all-in.
This could be good for the side of Weibo. Ming and Gala too far forwards here, but Ming flashes, heal immediately used as well. That'll be the end of the play. But 2 summoners used, that's going to be very nice news for Weibo. Perhaps an opportunity for a repeat play in a couple of moments.
Yeah, it's even one that RNG could have expected, right? You knew that SOFM was up towards topside and was looking for the recall, of course, would go down because that's where his camps would once again respawn. They even were able to get the previous wave into turret because Wei was in the area and made sure they were able to do so, but still wanting to stay in lane, wanting to stay aggressive, opening them up for the gank to come out from SOFM.
Look at this aggressive trading, but the Shy takes a tower shot here. Does have a ward in River. Knows that he needs to be a little cautious. In fact, that River is lit up because there's a Scuttle Crab taken as well as another ward. So the Shy completely safe on this one. I think it comes out. That means the Shy is just going to back off completely. Knows that he can't do anything. Problem is, the wave is not getting any better for the Shy. It's not crashed yet this game. And so it'll continue to push towards Breathe.
Yeah, really rough, and Breathe even still having TP as compared to the Shy on the opposite side, so can continue to build up the CS lead. We've seen Angel be able to have control of mid. Pretty much standard for the matchup, but oh, that was really close. Yeah. If Ming had been able to find it, that could have potentially been a skirmish in favor of RNG, because if you looked at Gala, Gala was much closer than Huanfeng would have been on the opposite side.
Smash over the wall from Ming, just making sure that he's going to be safe on this one as the Weibo players retreat once more. And I feel like we are seeing a bit of proactivity from Weibo here, right? To be fair to them, like SOFM making the play to the bottom side, blowing the summoners, now getting some invades onto RNG as well, or at least trying to. And it has bought them space on this bottom side to go for an early Drake. So Weibo still pushing the envelope forwards and making sure that they're the ones being aggressive. They're the ones that are setting the pace of this game so far. My only concern is that, yes, they're finding a small incremental advantage on the bottom side. Look at the difference in CS on that top side. Yes, there is a big wave, but the Shy is starting to struggle in this matchup.
There's 12, I believe, 12 or 13 minions sitting there for the Shy right now. So, I mean, if he can manage to pick everything up, should be able to get it back pretty close to home. And Weibo are the team who I feel like feel more comfortable with their soul lanes being isolated, right? Jax being able to outtrade like we've seen on the top side, even if his wave has been in a bit of a rough position from Wei leaning over the last time around. And Angel, we've seen, can just constantly force the wave in with his soldiers, since you do have threat on both the wave and Shao at the same time when he walks up. But On now, this is what we hit on. What was so nice from him in the last series. On constantly unlocked from lane, roaming around the map. That's what made Suning in 2020 work so well, was Sword Art doing the same thing, and now On gonna look for Breathe, but we'll just end up clearing this award at the end of the day.
But, as you say, the Shy managing to CS very, very well, and it will mean that he's just about even things up. We'll be slightly behind, but not the end of the world. That's mostly the difference off of that cheater recall earlier on. On moving back up, though, he does not match Wei in terms of damage, in terms of utility here. Breathe will be stunned. On gonna look for the knockup to follow up on this one, but in comes Wei. This is not a good 2v2 for Weibo as the needle's gone through. Wei jumps forward, kicks him, and now he looks for On as well. Oh, Wei, that was gorgeous to witness. A double for the Lee Sin of RNG.
And a 2v2 between a top laner and a jungler and a top laner and a support is just not even. RNG gonna win out every single time, even like committing even harder once they had seen Wei show up in topside. I believe On had already known that he was there when he committed with the W, but I'm sure we'll get a replay of that one to find out. Ping's now coming down top as Gala. Beautiful sidestep away from SOFM.
Yeah, SOFM won't be able to find the stun there, and it means Gala's completely safe, so no cross-map play here from Weibo. They just lose the 2v2 on that top side, and like you said, not an even 2v2. And On didn't realize he was spotted out. That ward from Wei into that river brush was so crucial. Oh, wait,
and now both teams going to posh up towards topside, but aren't you a vision?
Yeah, on is on Rakan, but Hex Flash exists, and Ming gets straight onto him. A good knock-up, then dash away from On.
Oh,
That's going to be
Angel.
Empress Divide as well. This is a numbers advantage for RNG, but it doesn't seem to matter. Angel looking for more. The soldiers go forward, as does Wade. Double kill comes through, though. Turns it into a triple. Gala stacking up the red and white weapons, but it does not matter. As SOFM on a quadra kill. We're only 9 minutes into the game, but the jungler of Weibo does not care. Or does he? No!
Oh,
Robbed!
No, that was it. That was the moment. That was the pentakill for SOFM, but not able to find it.
No.
And no
It's
way.
gone from bad to worse. Wei gets an extra kill off the back of it. Now SOFM has to back. They don't even get Herald off of this.
My God, what a beautiful team fight coming out from SOFM and Angel, but at the end of the day, it doesn't pan out. Still a quadra kill. Like, SOFM will take that every single day of the week, but my God, that penta would have been sexy. We see here, though, yeah, I believe On had already seen Lee Sin walking up. I'm not sure. Maybe the range was just slightly out. The second they do see him commit, though, we see the Shy flash away instantly. They know that they won't be able to take that 2v2. And then here, you hit on it, Munch. RNG have numbers advantage. They try to all in here onto On, but it gives Angel the perfect window for the Emperor's Divide to come through. And then SOFM in Reset City, killing member after member, able to follow through. Amazing flash into the W to lock Xiaohu down. And then Gala trying to finish off the Shy, isn't able to in the end. And it just hurts so much that he wasn't able to finish this one off.
If that ult lands as well, if the damage from that ult hits over the wall, Breathe actually dies there. It was so close to happening for SOFM. And yet, so far, bit of a heartbreaker, but ultimately, 4-0. He's going to take that every single day of the week, like you say. The Herald did go the way of Wei, though, and I feel like we have a proper jungle matchup on our hands now. 3-1-1 lead, 4-0 Viego, a Herald in the pocket of Wei as well, so he'll be able to somewhat even out that gold difference. And that means that we have opportunity to carry from both sides of the jungle.
Yeah, and for these teams is Xiaohu
Has to use the
wow.
package. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, massive play coming out from Weibo, just setting up around mid, using their control ward well, and now should have perfect setup for the Dragon to be able to come through.
Okay, another opportunity onto On here. He's kicked back. He's going to be knocked up. Goes over to Angel. Still goes down, though. And now numbers advantage for RNG. Angel trying to get DPS out, but he's an early game Azir. Doesn't do that much just yet. Hooked in, but it was all a bait, and Ming forced to flash instead. SOFM under the tower. And Weibo will survive. They lose On, and RNG now in control of the river.
Yeah, and Weibo playing a little bit too loose. I think it would have been nice if they could have just leaned down towards spot side first with the pressure they guaranteed in mid and try to open up Huanfeng to be able to join in the party as well, but more trading at top.
All in on the top side. The Shy has to jump away. Breathe won't be in range for the third needle work, but that was a little too close for comfort for the Shy.
Yeah, a little bit dicey coming out from there. Still going to wait towards the Shy to get towards that first item. And I still feel like RNG's comp going to do a little bit better once we do get into those straight-up 5v5s. Try and kite out with the range you have. Again, big packages able to come through into Moonlight Vigils, just like huge wombo combos. And for Weibo, they have a lot of range to play with, which is nice coming out from Azir and Ezreal. And you obviously have the resets to follow up. But On being your only engage, Angel gonna have to follow up and put himself in harm's way to keep finding those same Emperor's Divides that he's found in the past, and that could quickly turn into Wei or Xiaohu just getting some big burst onto you, and everything can go sideways for the side of Weibo very quickly.
Certainly can, but like we said before, like Angel is a player that on Azir is more than willing to play like he's an early game champion. He's more than willing to be the engage for his team. The Shy jumping away to the minion wave. Nicely played here, just going for those heavy trades time and time again. As SOFM moves in, this time it's an even 2v2, and this time Wei is the target. SOFM ult available. If they can find another window, it's not going to happen for the time being.
Yeah, Weibo not going to overcommit, which is really nice because they know that Angel was going for a recall and doesn't have TP available. And Xiaohu now matching this play on top side. Now, aren't you just going to drop the Herald and try to finish off this top lane turret?
They really want it. Wei gets caught by the stun of SOFM, the more used there, but this charge will go on through, and I think it'll be 3 plates taken as well. Just one more hit from the Herald would secure it, as the minions will be able to get that last plate down. So 4 plates taken in the top side here, and Wei with a bounty. In fact, both junglers with a bounty at this point in the game. And it's feeling like a very even mid-game, which I'm excited for, Lyric, because, you know, with Corki Azir, you anticipate super slow, super boring gameplay. Not today. We're getting roams from both mid laners, both junglers being really aggressive, really proactive. We're lining up for an exciting mid-game.
I was going to say, I never really expect slow games to come through anymore. I feel like even the teams we called slow last split, for some reason, on this durability patch where every other region is playing more slow, LPL have just taken it up to another level. A lot of really fiesta level 1s with the top lane clip the other day, with the extended fight over red buff in week 1, which was like 3 minutes long. I don't know what happened with this patch, but it made us even more bloodthirsty and aggressive. More blood for the blood god.
I guess the thought process was, oh, we're tankier now? That means we can fight for longer. Is Breed going to be rewarded for his laning prowess with a tower? And that's the first tower of the game. Obviously, the Herald helping out a little bit there. Doing 3/4 of the tower's health is always going to be handy. But in the meantime, a lot of pressure on the bottom side in favor of Weibo. But the fact that they didn't get the first 2 Drakes back-to-back is going to hurt them a bit. Like, they could have been close to Soul Point at this stage, but weren't able to maintain control. Way spot just as that ward dies.
Yeah, still for Weibo, though, I feel like they are banking a little bit more on the scaling of the Jax being able to come through. I definitely think Gwen providing more in the mid-game, especially now that he is up in item right. The Shy very close to his Divine Sunder, but the fact that the Breathe already having the Rift Maker, if a skirmish breaks out right now, will just be able to provide more in terms of a skirmish. So this is where we want to see RNG kind of take advantage of that timing to be able to get a bit more done with this Lee Sin and Swen.
We'll see if we can find those opportunities, but the Shy and Breeze just... I swear to God, every time we go up to this top lane, we see a trade between these 2 top laners, and every time it's just about even, unless Breeze has the Ignite and has the ult available, and then he finds those small advantages over the Shy. But it's going to be all about the team fighting. With a Gwen, with a Jax, right? You anticipate that later on in the game, they're going to be real good at getting onto the backline and dishing out major damage. I feel like Jax and Gwen, honestly, in a team fight, have a similar MO, like where they want to get on the backline and they just want to rail AD carries.
I feel like it's similar, but also very different, because I feel like Gwen can do whatever she wants in a team fight. You can get on the backline, you can play as a frontliner, you can flank, you can do anything. The Shy, though, very much wanting to find his way onto Gala or Shahu with that Counter-Strike, though, right? So I feel like it's not a fair comparison just because of Gwen being a jack of all trades, master of all.
Jack came out season 1, Gwen came out season 12. It's not a fair fight. Or season 11? Season 10? I don't even know when she came out. She came out recently, though. Recently enough. As we're going to see resets across the board. Dragon is just spawning, and the whole of Weibo's resets.
Yeah, this is going to set up well for RNG. Ming did go back, but still should be able to get here the rest of the time as the other members of RNG. Weibo are the ones who have subtle vision control down now, considering that they do have wards in the bot lane Tribrush and around mid lane, so it will be hard for RNG to force their way in. And with Shahu needing mana, it just seems like RNG not even going to contest, instead going to send way up towards the top side to try to find another kill onto the Shy.
Oh, they're going to try, but the Shy plenty of vision this time around. 2 control wards. 2 control wards to work with, as he'll be able to, like... In theory, he'll be able to play safe. He's still going forwards.
I do want to be fair to you, right? If there is 2 control wards, there are 2 control words as well. So there you go.
True. Control and control. There's Trisha Barrage in the mid lane. And I think part of the problem as well is that I can't really speak properly. I don't say words. I say words. W-E-R-D-S. Because I'm from Doncaster. Donny Soldier reporting in, as always. And Summer is here. But I can't quote any more of that song because it gets pretty not broadcast safe pretty damn quick. As it's going to be Weibo pushing in to the tower in the mid lane. Gravitum available onto Angel, but no follow-up there. Now the Shy, maybe a bit of revenge in the top side, but that's a lot of damage coming out from Breed, trying to turn it around. Flash from the Shy, Breed misses the needlework. The Shy waiting for Counter-Strike to be available once more. Has to use it on the minion wave just to not die on this one. But SOFM is here, and he wants his 5th kill of the game. Goes over and just destroys Breed, who was trying to play around the blast cone, but it ain't happening.
The fact that Breed couldn't connect with that last needlework made all the difference. Buys time for SOFM to come up. The Shy doesn't go down. and RNG not in a position to answer on the opposite side of the map, considering that Wei was leaning up towards that top lane as well. So we're going to get a replay of it pretty much instantly. Already having the Q stacked up, gets full damage coming out from there, but nice counter-strike by the Shy to be able to get away. And the Shy just kind of constantly weaving in and out, even using that Q to try and dodge out on some damage. And then bam, that was the critical moment, right? Breathe not able to land that last needlework. Buys time for SOFM to get up here. Puts up with the cheeky shenanigans for a bit. Uses the ult, though, and finishes it off once he gets bored.
Yeah, just making sure to finish the job there. 2 Drakes already for Weibo as all just gets out safely. And this is just clean Rakan gameplay, right? This is what you expect from a Rakan. You got to be a bit cheeky with it. Has been a bit too cheeky this game, though. Has to be said. 0-3 so far. A lot of that down to just being read by RNG.
I think it might have been on, but I remember we had a player interview last split where someone pointed out that Rakan is just like the biggest get-out-of-jail-free card. If you're a support who likes to go get vision by yourself, just play Rakan. As on, once again, no!
Are you sure?
He wasn't even getting vision.
Are you sure?
Hey, I'm quoting the man himself.
Oh, dear. Well, can't get vision in the mid lane, that's for sure. It just gets completely railed. And that's one thing Nautilus is good at, is if you do connect onto the Rakan doesn't get the move again. Oh, big damage coming through onto Wei. Very close. SOFM, flash available if he wants to just hard commit, but would be a little dicey. Decides against it in the end.
Yeah, just look how big SOFM is at this moment as well, right? Force of nature coming through. About half an item up over his opposing jungler. And now, all this trading coming up towards the top side, but look at the minimap. Both teams posturing around this aggression coming out from their top laners.
Yeah, SFM just going to stealth recall in the... No, he's not. Okay, he left. Can you recall in the stealth for Viego? I know you can stealth recall as Twitch, but I don't know how the fog works for recall.
Wait. I think we're about to have something. I got baited again. I thought On was going to like flash W or W in, connect some kind of big engage, and then Angel goes over the wall with the Shurima shuffle, and then something would have been really, what's an appropriate word? We'll go with the lame word. Cool would happen.
I think Poggers is a good one. The kids say that these days, I think.
I had a few words in my head, but those words also weren't broadcast friendly. So yeah, let's go with Poggerinos.
Oh, no. Poggy Woggies, as Flowers would say. We are seeing Ming, perhaps a little too far in, but I don't think On's going to go for the play just yet. SOFM just arriving on the scene. Drake up in 50 seconds. I don't think either of these teams is really that interested in Baron right now. The Drake far more important.
Yeah, and so far it is RNG trying to get a bit of control themselves. They've already cleared out vision from their own jungle, at least, right? We see control ward in there now, but there's one ward that they did miss. So Weibo will be able to come into this dragon having some information and having deeper vision down. Does look like Xiaohu was able to pick up the package, though. So Xiaohu can be the huge difference maker in this fight.
Certainly can. And we'll see if he's going to try to. The ward's just being cleared. Actually didn't go down, but a control ward going to be used. Xiaohu wants to use that package effectively, wants to be the big playmaker. Ming trying to predict on there, just takes a big chunk in return, though, as SOFM in control of the river for now. The Shy moving over, and look how far back Breathe is. This is 4v5 for now. If the Shy moves forward aggressively, could try and find a flank for himself. As Weibo start this Drake off. RNG still in position to try and contest on. Body blocking for Huanfeng. The rocket's coming out. Ming goes wide in the hook once again, but SOFM just kicked out of the pit. And now Xiaohu onto the backline here. Angel trying to get damage out on the Azir. The rest of Weibo over the wall, but slowly taken down by the needlework. SOFM chased out by Breathe. Angel with the Emperor's Divide, and then slides across the lane to escape. But RNG, Wei kicking SOFM out of the pit. That was something to behold.
Yeah, great to come out from Wei. RNG just instantly pulling the trigger to make sure that they're able to guarantee that dragon. And for Weibo, I thought they had the right idea coming into the objective in terms of trying to have the Shy match the Gwen. And like, if it's, let's say, a 1v1 in bot and then a 4v4 here, it's fine. But we see here, Ming going with the flash misses, but Wei able to connect with the kick, makes it so they get the objective. And then Xiaohu with a huge package, leaving the Shy in such an awkward place, being able to follow up with the ultimate to make sure that he goes down. Now the numbers advantage able to come through for RNG. but Angel able to disengage with that Emperor's Divide coming through, but does have to flash in the end once the threat of the slow from the Needlework comes through.
We might have another fight here as On could be in trouble, but zips away, keeps himself safe. Huanfeng just trying to clear this wave as fast as possible so that Weibo can move in and try and fight for vision control on the Baron here. RNG the ones in control of the river right now, with SOFM actually just going for chickens instead. It feels like RNG will maintain that control.
Yeah, I think for Weibo, they don't feel too pressured about RNG just trying to outright force a Baron or anything along those lines. Right, RNG still preferring to play around the Corki package timers if they want guaranteed teamfight wins like they're going to have. And now Weibo going to try and answer with finding a pick onto Breathe.
Breathe still in vision right now. The Shy just going to be closing ground. SOFM is here as well. And Breathe corralled into one spot. They find the stun. It means they can find the second stun as well. Breathe with the Needlework, trying to sustain. But, I mean, he didn't even return any damage. He was just trying to escape. It's another kill for SOFM. And the junglers, the carry-off continues between Wei and SOFM. 5-1-2 versus 6-0-0. Which one will carry harder?
Yeah, we're going to have to find out. I feel like SOFM had that huge quadra kill, but it's kind of tapered. Oh, On?
Quickness going to be used here as On just going to zip halfway across the map. SOFM, I don't think that's a 1v4 that you really want to be taken right now, but I've been wrong before. He seems to wonder as he finally decides to back away, shadowing the Shy on this one, who will just crash that wave and leave the area as well. 2 minutes on that Drake, which means Baron could be the next objective, but it feels tough for both teams to really force anything.
Yeah, just got a replay there of how it all went down. RNG trying to be the ones forcing some aggression on, having to pop his abilities to be able to get away. But now pivoting back up towards this Baron side. I don't know. It seems like both teams are just going to be trying to aggressively push for vision, but I don't expect either one to try to go for any sort of Baron force. Weibo especially, I mean, you have a bit of a turn coming through, right? You can have the quickness come out through On. It's like an Emperor's Divide, but still, I think it's not as guaranteed as something like Ming just being able to turn around and press his R. So RNG going to respect the fact that Weibo can force him out, and knowing that something like a Baron shouldn't be able to come through, and that instead Weibo just going to try and layer down this poke onto the members of RNG.
Yeah, but Xiaohu can return that poke as well. Huanfeng and Xiaohu just trading projectiles with one another, doing similar damage as well to each other. But Huanfeng will have that ult available every so often, and that does big poke, especially when you hit that 2-item mark on this Ezreal. With the amount of CDR that you have, it's available so often.
Yeah, he is shooting out rockets as frequently as Hank Hill is selling propane and propane accessories, which I actually don't know how often that is, so that could be a total lie.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm going to be honest, he doesn't sell that much in the show, from my memory. I feel like he's trying to sell propane accessories, but not necessarily all that successfully.
You know, the thing is, right, a lot of the show is centered around his home life. Like, we don't see him at the office enough.
He's got a pretty nice house. He must be fairly.
That's true. That's true. That's
got a
and
truck.
you know, in the words of our great colleague Mazel, propane and propane accessories. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I always thought the big Mazel quote was yay! Oh! But I've been wrong before.
Sorry, guys. Mazel brought a bit of Texas to the LPL broadcast, and we don't regret any bit of it.
Darn tootin'. We all went on holiday to Vegas, and hilariously, the week that we went was the National Rodeo Convention for America. And so we were walking through, and you know, Mazel he just got on. Like, you stick a cowboy hat on that guy. He's the friendliest man in the world. He can just talk to anyone.
Oh God, great times. Are we gonna get some shenaniganry much? Are we gonna get our own rodeo? No, but hey, Dragon's up, and it looks like RNG trying to play a bit of the bluff game, saying, hey, you can't go for this. We're just going to start the Baron. They have package.
Rodeo on the top side is Weibo. 5 players here. They can contest with the flanks from the solo lanes. It was all a bait from RNG. This is their bread and butter. But Xiaohu getting chased down here. Huanfeng trying to escape. On finally goes down. True Shot Barrage across onto Xiaohu. He's low, but SOFM wouldn't get a reset. GA in play, denying the Viego all in right there. And it means that just a singular pick for RNG is enough for them to start Baron again.
Yeah, RNG just going to turn to this one right away. They got to be careful, though. Xiao's extremely low. SOFM still has his ult available, so if he can find a way onto that,
they're just going to commit. They're just going to take the Baron here. Still 5 strong. They could win the fight as well as SOFM. Considering going in, he actually gets the reset. Actually, no, it was a GA. No, he didn't get the reset. I'm an idiot. I'm blind. But now it's the Shy in trouble as well. I thought he managed to pull off the impossible, but instead, it's just Weibo, one by one, getting chunked down. Gala blasts one more flamethrower to finish off another kill. And RNG now, they'll get a Drake on top of everything else.
Really nice by RNG, right? They weren't trying to overforce on the Dragon where Weibo already had control. They're like, cool, we'll pull them up towards Baron. It gives us time to wait out for the package as well. Everything pays off. They pick up the Baron, they pick up Dragon, and Breed should be able to guarantee the spot lane turret as well.
Huge bounty as well as SOFM goes down. I got confused because I saw the kind of grayed out health bar, but that was the GA, not the reset coming up.
Yeah, and we do get to see how the fight started. Xiaohu with a huge package and on trying to capitalize. Wei doing enough to bring him down with Gala in the end, then getting chunked incredibly low. Sad that SOFM's W didn't connect there. Maybe he could have taken down Xiaohu earlier on, and then maybe that would have changed things. But like you highlighted here, RNG commit to the Baron. They have Ming zoning off SOFM. Gala even had a really nice Gravitum lockdown right before to guarantee the hook to come through. Then like you said, it looked like he was able to get it, but no, instead going down at the same time as Xiaohu. Xiaohu just luckily already having that Guardian Angel picked up.
Yeah, but we pointed that out in the fight. And SOFM, I thought he was going to go for that earlier, but saw the GA. Apparently not. Apparently he did not see that GA, or he would not have gone for that play, surely. Then again, it is SOFM. I've seen him do crazy things like that, so we'll have to see how this is going to pan out, because Weibo starts to feel the pressure heating up here. 3K lead for RNG is on. And just gets railed once again. This is the thing. If you get caught by the Nautilus, you can't use all of that mobility. Angel going in. Oh, no, he fluffs the combo. It's all going from bad to worse for Weibo, but for RNG, it's celebrations as they'll find 3 kills off the back of a whiff from the mid laner and a triple for Gala as RNG break open the base. I might just look for more as well, because the Shy has just walked into 4 people for literally no reason. It's 2 more for Wei. We asked which jungler would carry harder, and the answer is Wei every single time. 8 kills on the board as RNG take game 1.
That game was so back and forth for a large portion of the early and mid game. Then that one Baron fight pretty much decided the end of the game outright, with like you highlighting, Angel not able to connect with the Emperor's Divide. Heck, maybe even if he did, it still wouldn't have been a winnable fight for the side of Weibo. Sadly, Munch, they weren't a Stally in this game, with whatever horse reference you made at the start of the day.